Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is I coming at you once again, your favourite galactic hostess, Star Wars Meg. Some very good news in this video. The marketing for Andor's final season is about to ramp up in a massive way. A trailer is expected within the next week or so, and over the last 24 hours, a few poster and t-shirt designs have been making their way online. And the amazing thing about this is they confirm some fan theories for Andor Season 2, or at least allude to them. So no more jibber jabber, let's dive straight in. This one is gonna shock you. One of the wildest fan theories from 2022 when the first season aired might not just be addressed, but confirmed in the final season. So we already know K2SO is making a return, Alan Tudyk is back, and the show is going to give us how Cassian and K2 met. They're tying everything into Rogue One, but a big question fans had, B2EMO from Ferrix was already Cassian's droid best friend, so where is he by the time of Rogue One? Well, a very fun theory from Season 1 is that B2's databank and his core memories are going to be inserted into K2, and this way, he's a mixture of the personality of the KX security droid and Andor's childhood best friend. The reason for this, maybe in Season 2 B2 is almost destroyed and Cassian tries to salvage what is left of him. And I also theorize one of the ways Cassian, and by extension Luthen and Bix, might recruit new rebels to their cause is by having B2 show them Marva's final message that we saw in episode 12 Rick's Road. But going back to the main theory, the reason I think there's a chance K2SO does have parts of B2 in him by the time of Rogue is because in this poster, Wanted Rebel Spy is singular. The two characters are being referred to as one. It might be a C-3PO R2-D2 situation, maybe the two are seen often together, maybe they're good friends, but even in the way these droids' names are listed, there is some sort of interconnectivity they're hinting at. Imagine if this theory comes true. I guess what fans noticed is that Cassian explicitly trusts B2EMO. They share a bond and a connection that goes all the way back to when Cass was adopted. B2 watched Cassian grow up. But considering K2 wasn't in the first season, Cassian doesn't know K2SO for too long before Rogue One. So how are they so close? And as aforementioned, where was B2? Why would Cassian develop such a strong bond with a former Imperial security droid, even if he was reprogrammed? I'm starting to lean into the theory that B2EMO's programming is the basis of K2, and even their personalities are similar. They make jokes, they're sarcastic, and B2 even explained why this is rare for droids. I think Tony Gilroy has set up an inadvertent legacy for this character, and in a very strange way, it allows B2 to have an interesting growth arc, having courage to transfer his programming into a new body, and like I say, this can be out of necessity if his outer body is destroyed, or by choice. And you never know, maybe this is what fixes his stutter. Other fans believe K2SO is going to be composed of the KX security droid, but also the internal computer on Luthen's ship. Some have pointed out it kind of sounded like him, but B2's whereabouts in Rogue One is a question mark Season 2 needs to address. And perhaps more significant than this, where is Luthen? I went back to watch the first 12 episodes, and you get the impression tensions between Luthen and Mon Mothma are going to come to a head. Is Luthen going to be more on Saw Gerrera's side, opposing the Rebel Alliance, being more extreme, more partisan? And eventually, does he cross them? If for whatever reason Luthen survives, what he's up to during the original trilogy could be its own show. I love speculating with you guys, it's always so fun. Our next design conclusively confirms Andor Season 2 is going to give us our first ever live-action TIE Avenger. In some of the photos from Empire magazine from a few months ago and the teaser trailer, we see Cassian stealing a TIE series starfighter. But there has been some fan debates what model it is. Is it a new model of TIE fighter, or is it the expanded universe fan favourite, the legendary TIE Avenger? Well, we now know it's the latter. And the reason we know this is under the TIE Avenger pilot helmet, we have some Arabesh writing, which says, you named it, TIE Avenger. Super exciting. Fans who played the 1990s games X-Wing and its sequel TIE Fighter will be very familiar with this design. And you know, I've mentioned this before guys, but the scene where Cassian infiltrates and steals one of these bad boys was one of the most expensive scenes on the show. Tony Gilroy and the team put so much work into this to make it feel immersive, intense, realistic, and let's be honest, a little bit dangerous. And I know you're gonna say, well Meg, there is a whole team aside from Tony Gilroy himself. There is ILM, Skywalker Sound, Lucasfilm, but I definitely trust the creatives on this show to give us impressive ships. Whether it was the terrifying and menacing TIE fighter over Aldani, or Luthen's incredible Fondor Hallcraft, the ships in Andor Season 1 were such a treat. I can't wait to see the TIE Avenger in action. One of the most amazing things about this show is you feel the weight of the oppression of the Empire without ever seeing Palpatine. And to this end, the TIE Avenger project is just a tiny extension of that. Okay, so moving on to our next one. Hear me out on this, but I have a sneaking suspicion we might see the Ghost Crew in live action. If we're gonna see Mon Mothma leaving the Senate, then they kind of need to at least mention the Ghost Crew, and maybe we'll see a live action version of the Declaration of the Rebel Alliance. And the reason I'm now so adamant about this is take a look at this design. Do you notice anything interesting? Andor Rebels. Did you catch that the word Rebels is in a very, very similar font to the logo from Star Wars Rebels? It's not identical but very similar. It's like a blend of the animated logo and Andor's logo. I mean, this can't be a coincidence. Canonically, we have to see Mon Mothma leave the Senate. And this means, even if it's just a mention, just lip service, the Ghost Crew has to be acknowledged. I mean, in Rogue One, we saw Chopper, and Hera Syndulla's name was spoken at Yavin Base, over the loudspeaker. And considering, aside from Kanan, we've already seen the Ghost Crew in live action in Ahsoka, so the character design and the actors are there, they're kind of hard to avoid in Andor Season 2. And then, my dear friends, take a look at this design. This is from a scene filmed in Valencia, Spain. Mon Mothma and Cassian Andor escaping Coruscant. Is Andor partially responsible for her leaving the Senate? Do they escape by the skin of their teeth? Is it a very close call? I would have loved a Dedra t-shirt, maybe that's still to come, and of course, Orson Krennic. I'm seeing so much excitement for Andor Season 2 and that is so refreshing. This is going to be a good year, guys. I can feel it. So Andor Season 2 is just a couple of months away, and we also have Star Wars Celebration, and now, my dear friends, one of the most important announcements yet. Oscar Isaac is a confirmed guest. This is very surprising, and has sparked a lot of speculation. There are fans who say, well, he's going there for the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens. But Oscar Isaac is a very busy man, with a very busy schedule. Would they really fly him out all the way to Japan just for an anniversary? I don't think so. I theorize they're going to confirm him for one of the upcoming movies. It's difficult to know which one. There are 5 upcoming movies set during the sequel era. The Rey movie by Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, Sean Levy's movie with Ryan Gosling, and the 3 movies, the trilogy by Simon Kinberg. So in theory, he could feature in all of them. If it's the Sean Levy movie, then Oscar Isaac is about to star alongside Ryan Gosling. This is really, really huge. If we want to go crazy with the speculation, do you think there's a chance Rogue Squadron is going to get an update? Back in March, Patty Jenkins assured fans it is still on the table. And while there have been many theories on who is going to be the main character, Poe Dameron might be the lead, training a new generation of X-Wing fighters after the Battle of Exegol. And this could tie into the political landscape of post-Episode 9, a new Republic. Could you imagine? But with this said, my dear friends, share your thoughts on all of today's news in the comments down below. Did you enjoy this one? If you did, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, check me out on socials, and may the Force be with you, always.